Wow.
Don't get me banned. Dan, it's fine. You're not gonna get banned, okay? You'll be fine. Yeah, chat, I'm leveling Dan Clancy's character for him. Is Dan still here? Dan, I'm gonna call you on Discord.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. Are you doing good?
Okay. I need to teach you how to set up stream together because it's actually very easy.
Really?
And it actually works easier than this.
That is,
and then
I
in the
actually
future,
do believe
and then you could just invite me on, and it like
it just works.
It wasn't easy until the stuff we just released.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it right now. We'll try.
Do you want me to teach you how to set up stream together?
Sure. So I now have stream together / guest star. Wait, Dan, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay. Wait, this is easier than Discord.
Now, have you put me live? You haven't put me live on your stream yet. There you go. Now you have. All right.
Sick. We got it.
So right now you're using the multiple URLs. With group capture mode, you have one URL, and whether you're a guest or a host, and then you can control. So in fact, actually, if you go ahead and go.
Oh, he is cool. I've never seen him before.
It's all working, right? I don't
Look, it's a real person. It's not an Elon or a fucking Zuck. It's an actual person. Shit, I'm glad I didn't quit Twitch. I didn't have any faith in them being any real. I figured there'd be lizard people up in there. Like, straight up, man. Alright, we full. Another 4 million. Fuck yeah. Let's pay for this ship, yo. Out we go.
Warp drive active.
Spiders and wind witches and strident hunters.
If you go ahead and go to my stream.
Oh, so it looks just like that.
But in group capture mode, it includes.
I'm so happy. These are the 3 games. This is it. I think even if I die,
You see in my stream, I can decide. So, for example, if and you can share your screen. So suppose I want everyone to.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I mean, I just go to on stream. Now we're all watching this play. But suppose instead we're just chatting while we all have our own games. Like this is how what you would do with squad streams. You just put it where you put all the people up top, and then people playing the game.
Right. Wait,
Right? And then I can put whatever I want in the rest of the screen. I'll just put the game in there, and then the cameras will be there, and then I can switch it. And if there's 6 of us, to put all 6 across the top. So it automatically adjusts. So right here, it's just 2 of us, but there are 4 of us, it would make a square. If it was 6 of us, it'd be 3 and 3.
Right, I see what you're saying. Oh, I can even screen share if I want to. Yeah, this is OP.
Actually, we should get someone to join us.
Yeah, we should.
Let's see. YouTube live right now.
Here, I'm just gonna start inviting people and see who accepts. Oh no.
Now the truth is, they have it set up.
Right.
You know what? I've said you none of them will have it set up.
See, they're not smart like that. They can't set it up on the fly.
None of them will have it set up. Actually, it doesn't. I got Harris. He was like, "Oh, she's Discord and he streamed." And he's like, "Oh wow, that was easy." But now, but right now, unless I was talking to them, like just doing it in their chat. Although you just did it fairly easily.
Yeah, I just kind of. But I also like it's very the interface is like super similar to Guest Star. So I've used Guest Star so much.
I mean, we just renamed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Guest Star.
Oh, we got Will. Or no, Will. Wait. We got Wade. Sorry, the other Wade. Other Wade.
Hi, how are we doing?
Yeah.
Everyone started bombarding my chat saying answer us fans request, and I thought that we got totally wrong.
Dude,
this is great.
Isn't this crazy?
Hi, Dan.
This is great.
What's happening?
Hey, how you going, Wake Wilder?
I'm doing well. I'm loose. I'm a couple of walls away from S-Fan television right now, and we've got this jockey Clancy. It's all working.
That's right.
Oh gosh, we got Will now.
We're hoping it. We're hoping it.
We got Will. Oh, Sears getting
Wait,
in.
what are we showcasing?
So we're doing stream together.
What is it?
We're doing. What? We just streaming? Yeah. Are you live?
Yeah. All right.
Or not? Are you live?
Yeah, we're streaming together. We're all
Are you
live.
live? But like, are you in the screen? Oh, I think I'm lagging.
Okay.
Yeah, we're stress testing it right now.
Oh,
we're doing a
stress test.
Yeah.
So excited to be here.
Gamers.
This feature.
Okay. It's lagging a little bit, but overall pretty good.
That's okay.
There we go. We're in this.
Do we have to
And then
combine
Sire.
chat?
No, not yet. We don't have.
Wait, is Dan joining our guild? Does he have his first summon yet?
Well, no, I'm leveling your character. I'm leveling your character.
I'm not even a partner. Okay, I don't know if I'd be welcome to it.
You know, we did have some internal discussion about that. I'm not gonna.
It's a big part of World of Warcraft that I didn't know about, Dan. This is one of my first real World of Warcraft adventures, and I was instructed that I needed to find out what my persona was. And it turns out I'm a dragon.
You're a dragon?
It makes me better than the rest of these guys, really.
Wait, I'm a canine. I'm
Is
a
the
fox.
role here like a wizard? Is there a role like a wizard or no?
Yeah, there is.
There's a mage.
Because everyone's,
There is.
yeah, they call me Gandalf. My wife does, unfortunately, because of my long white hair. So, you know, she thinks it's funny. I know, she thinks it's funny. Oh, we sometimes call her Gandalf, and I say, no, we don't. You do.
So,
That's a special thing.
while we're stress testing, is there a way that I can send you guys a link within this?
Well, we can all react together, but it has to be the host controlling it.
So
in fact,
okay.
if the host does screen share mode,
I'm doing my screen share
Okay.
right now.
then
Yeah,
you will all see
and-
his screen.
So
Okay,
so I just pushed my screen. My
Okay.
gameplay.
Yep, this is looking like 2004 gameplay right now. This is big, but it doesn't show up on the group URL.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Starforge PC right here. One of the finest PCs in the universe.
Is anybody talking? Oh no! I think the screen share broke it. Oh, I'm gonna add number 6. I'm gonna add DJ Penguin. So this is another DJ.
Wait, we can get a DJ battle then. We can't have two DJs. That's not.
Wait, he's DJ.
He was DJ Penguin's a streamer. He was in my classic WoW guild. Like,
Oh, heck
4 years
yeah.
ago.
Can you lay down a fat beat for us real quick?
No, he's like DJ Clancy. Like it's just his name.
Oh.
Good. Now I don't feel bad. What knows?
Working?
Yo,
Oh, we hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Stick.
What up?
What's up, dude?
Nothing much. What's going on? Like, what is this?
It's
What the hell are you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on here? I just clicked on request and I'm here.
well, here you are. Yeah, thanks for calling in the show, man. What's your problem?
Yeah. DJ Penguin, you're on S-Fan and Will in the morning. We're taking calls all day. Do you know the phrase that pays, DJ Penguin?
All I know is that there's a DJ imposter in here. Who's this?
Whoa, dude,
Let's
man.
go.
Dude. He's throwing down the gauntlet. He's throwing down the gauntlet.
It's just like some shitty AM radio show.
At least my camera's on the screen.
All right, we're about to prank call a local convenience store.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I'm really enthusiastic about that. Don't make that since I won't write an article about that. You know?
DJ Penguin, we're going to get you and go ahead and get you up on the city. Have you ever rode a city?
Well,
2 concert tickets to U2 are on the line, DJ Penguin.
You're going to see Hoobastank. You like Hoobastank?
Yeah, sure. You know what I like better?
Hoobastank, the Goo Goo Dolls, and Limp Bizkit are on tour.
I would like an official Twitch hoodie, which I was robbed of when back in the day, Mr. Clancy. Perhaps we could,
Wow.
ooh, drama. Ooh.
So I do have I have a Twitch hoodie that I don't wear. Now if it was actually feasible for me to get to the post office, which would take an act of God, and you'd actually mail something to the post office.
You've got to auction this out. Hold on. No. Have you not learned from it?
Fancy out of your name and put my name in there? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Just keep the DJ in there and like hanging over Clancy. Come on, man.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, DJ Penguin, when did you get a partner?
January 2018, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're trying to in my face? Is that what you're doing, Espan? You just wanted to highlight that?
No,
You just wanted to
you
highlight.
weren't even here. You weren't even here.
You wanted to highlight? No, you just needed to highlight that I'm the only one that's not partnered. You just need to find a way to bring it up, right?
True.
You know?
Look, you gotta put your time in like we did, okay?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it. If there can- Yeah, if they're consistent, they won't even consider partnering you till the third application.
Big
That's
thing, man.
usually
Work
how it
on your YouTube presence, Dan. See if TikTok can work out. Those help a lot. All right, bro.
All right, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Also,
Yeah,
you know,
how's the night
Focus on your networking game.
yeah, if you've not made partner now, it's also you got to maintain a little bit of realism and say, hey, maybe this isn't my career path.
It isn't for me. You know, maybe I should go into like the tech space.
Yeah.
No,
Just a thought.
no,
Maybe I have a future
it's
there.
very competitive. Very competitive.
Okay. Oh well. Oh well. Let a boy dream. Let a boy dream.
Yeah, you know, maybe someday. We'll see.
Yeah.
I heard UPS was paying great.
Good benefits. Too.
Yeah, but
Good.
I may just have to get an Uber job. I mean, that way they'll take anyone, right?
Yeah.
This gig economy.
Actually, you know what? I don't think they will. I think you
No.
can actually.
No.
You don't-
No.
Do you be partnered at Twitch and I
No,
can't
no.
even get an Uber job?
No, it's actually fairly tight. They don't want you being a psycho, riding around people's lives, taking people's lives into your hands, and being a psycho drunk or some kind of crazy like rageaholic or car rage, what do they call that, road rage guy. They don't want you on drugs. They drug test you and stuff. Like they don't fuck around with that. They have another $1 billion business called Checker, which is like literally the verification program for all Uber and taxi drivers, pretty much everybody, all drivers in the country anyways. That for most major corporations that do like offering like driving services and stuff, they'll interview the driver, they'll do the background check, they'll check you, they'll call you, and they'll verify. Like Checker is no joke. And so when I caught my probation violation, I also lost my job because Checker was no longer willing to let me be an employee while I was under scrutiny for probation violation. Now, I did not receive a felony, so I can now go back to work as an Uber driver if I ever need to. Like if the money ever gets, like, the one thing that I have to do to keep my head above water is even if my parents pass and I'm suddenly living off I'm living off $7,000 a year right now, and I have this entire place to take care of with all the upkeep and everything. That'll be pretty fucking hard. Like, if I'm making it as a streamer, then good, but if not, I don't know. They say I can't work, and I know I can drive for a living, but the difference is, like, when I do it, I end up being like a crazy drug addict when I'm on the streets. When I do it, when I do driving, it takes me to a dark place. It kind of sucks. I don't know if it's I wouldn't voluntarily do it, or I would be right now. Like they say that I have opposition authority and all this other really crazy stuff. Like, like they say depression, but I'm never sad anymore. Not since like the last time I had a broken heart. I had to come to grips with how unhappy of a person I was when I had my last, like, when I got my heart broken last time. And like I was like, you are a sad, morose motherfucker, right? That's look at this morose motherfucker right here. That's Jay and Silent Bob, right? Look at this morose, fat, silent motherfucker right here. He doesn't even want to talk anymore. He's Silent Bob. I was like Silent Bob at that point. I was like, nope, I've left humanity. I talk to my mother, and I talk to my best friend, but that was it. And now, oh man, am I gonna kill her? Yeah. Yep. And I gotta remember the keybinds. Yeah, and so good. My other dagger's here. That's gonna help with my DPS. I've got some money stacked up here for training when I need it. About to be level 11. That's really good. And I haven't even turned. Actually, I should go turn in this quest right now. 3% before, and I'll get the most possible XP I can from this rogue quest. So now it's appropriate to Hearthstone. I actually walked out way too far, but I was just trying to kill stuff and hit level. But I actually stopped right at the fucking perfect moment when I'm like 3% from the level. I go turn in the rogue quest, and yeah, God, I have to like remember like all of Classic. It's been so long. I did it last time on Human, but this time I wanted to be a Night Elf Rogue. I don't know, something about it. I was always an elf. I might join a crew for a season of Discovery on Horde side and go Undead Rogue on the season of Discovery server. Oh, it's under, right? Yeah, it's a good time to be alive. Like, it's interesting. I never would have dreamed that the MMOs were going to get this good, this fast, this quick. You know what it feels like? It's like they held the faucet for like 4 years when Classic kind of sucked for me. I felt Classic sucked for me. I didn't think it was very fun. But boy, they like with hardcore, they just opened the faucet and actually really like this content.
I am honored. Good luck.
I like that they remastered the game. I think it's really fun. I think it actually is a really beautiful game now. Didn't used to be. It used to look kind of crappy and faded out, and there was some good, beautiful places in it. Beautiful times. Like I remember coming up over a rise in Manetho Harbor, or no, yeah, Manetho Harbor, or no, I'm sorry, Swamp of Sorrows, and it was just beautiful. The sun was coming through, and they had like god rays and stuff, and it was like beautiful. But then that was like the most beautiful that vanilla got back in the day. Now it does that all the time. And Darshore, it's fucking beautiful. Gets all pink and everything.
What brings you
I
here?
like it when it's all pink and everything.
Del Nadras. Ishnu Allah.
No training.
Be
God
careful.
damn it. What else? Was there anything else here? I could do all that. I should have done the Sathra stuff too. I was up in that neighborhood, but now I can just go to Darkshore. I don't care to do any of the other quests here. And I'm back where I died last time, so we'll see. This time, I'm going to just take all the quests, and I'm just going to grind. I don't give a shit about where to go for quests or any of that stuff. I'm going to grind south, and I'm going to grind north. I'm going to grind south like a vacuum cleaner, and I'm just going to kill everything in the land. And if I get credit for a quest, I'll stop and stuff. But mainly, I'll just kill. I'm just going to keep killing. It's what I was always best at when I ran DPS. Questing, I've never been that good at. I'm a good person for maps and plans and planning and strategy and raid leading and stuff like that. But questing, like going from point A to point B, I'm that guy who wanders off to go look at whatever the fuck that is. I was one of those. I was good at staying on task, but I also definitely like going to look at something. I had a friend who was notorious for wandering off. We used to get so mad at him. He would just wander off. He was a little hippie kid, loved him to death. We used to call him Sweet Bapu. His sister called him Sweet Bapu, so it kind of caught on. And he was a guitarist who played with my drummer and my bassist. And I think of the three bands, his was the best. And and I really liked him. He was a folk singer. And my Sweet Bapu friend, he would wander off and he would see the world, and I could see that the people around us respected this, and they would watch him go. You know, he would go and observe. He would go look at the beach or look at a tree, look at anything in the world, and he would have his thoughts. And he was one of the more smarter people, more intelligent people I've ever met, but he definitely would wander. He was a wanderer, just wandered all over the place. You could see him, he was easily distracted. And he had quite a great mind, but he was easily distracted, and I loved him for this. I used to have to chase him down. like we took a road trip together, and I knew that when the car was going to park, he was immediately going to wander off for like 45 minutes. Even if it was like a rest area, it didn't matter. He was just going to immediately go see what was around, what was there to see. And we used to troll this just relentlessly. We used to troll him for it. He's got high and wandered off again like fucking Tally. But now I think I respect it more. Now I'm more of an opportunist. Now that I've lived on the streets for like 7 years, and he was never like that, but he was just an observational person. He liked seeing the world. He would just stand out in a fucking field and look at his surroundings. He didn't care. And it used to drive me crazy because it seemed shiftless and sort of like lazy and sort of like unfocused and stuff. But now I respect it, because when you look at it from like a true opportunist point of view, if you're not looking at the world and what's there, you can't see it. You can't see what opportunities to take. And I respect it a lot more now. I used to really hate it. I used to be like, dude, you can't get high and wander off. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but I'd be like, don't wander off. Like, I won't say his name, but don't wander off. And you knew he was going to. It was just like inevitable for him. It was just, he couldn't just like walk from the car to the fucking rest stop. He was going to go look at the fucking trees and shit. It just was like that. And he really resented when people would I thought it was an affect at first, because we all kind of went through the Beatles thing, and my favorite Beatles song is I'm Only Sleeping, which is such a wonderful fucking song. Like Beatles, I'm Only Sleeping, right? Right. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning when I'm in the middle of a dream. Stay in bed, float upstream, please don't wake me, no, don't shake me, leave we where I am, I'm only sleeping. Everybody seems to think I'm lazy. I don't mind. I think they're crazy, running everywhere at such a speed, till they find there's no need. Please don't spoil my day. I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only on heroin. Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. It's taking my time. Thank you. It's taking my time. Lying there and staring at the ceiling. Sorry, I get to crying. Waiting for, they shot him, for a sleepy feeling. Please don't spoil my day. I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only sleeping. Keeping an eye on the world going by my window. It's taking my time. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning when I'm in the middle of a dream. And so this was like the song that we all were kind of like, this was my favorite song after a bit, and it was his favorite song, I imagine, too. And like, I get it, and I'm the same way as him. But when there was other things going on, when there was people waiting or whatever, I'd be like, go, let's go, fast, go, fuck fast, smoke fast, eat fast, drink fast, drive fast, 100 miles an hour, go, fast, let's go, I'm on speed, let's go, I like methamphetamine, etc., or whatever. I'm not, but like, that kind of shit. I was like a very go person until I was like 38 or whatever. Now I'm a bit more like him. I'm liable to wander the fuck off. I don't care where I am. I want to learn about whatever it is I'm doing or whatever. Just a couple of weeks ago, I wandered down the train tracks by my fucking house for 2 miles. Just to see what was there. I did, like, I don't know, not all who wander are lost or whatever, but I used to really hate people who would just get high and wander off like that. I used to really hate it. I'd be like, come on, man, stick with it, be in the moment now. Now I'm a bit older and a little bit different. I'm like, not like that anymore. I'm like, nah, take your time with it.
What?
Life is about the journey, not the destination, etc. And I'm getting a bit better about that. My quick, fast, let's go mentality of like I'm living life to the fullest. Let's go. I want life. I want life to be. I want love and life to be a verb, and I want to do it every moment, And to quote the Postal Service. And I was just like them. I listened to the same music and I had the same ideals, but like I was like rush, we gotta go, let's go, we gotta keep this going, go all the time, like gotta fuck, gotta eat, gotta drink, gotta smoke, gotta drive, gotta go do things, gotta meet people, etc. and all that. He was not like that. Now I wish I had been like him my whole life. And it's funny, I want to tell a little anecdote. Why I brought this whole story up is I wanted to tell a cute little anecdote. When my friend Sweet Bapu and I took a trip out to California with our bands and the girlfriends and stuff, I was late, and so was he. We had jobs. We were not trust fund kids like some of the rest of the people there, or just well off or middle class or anything. He and I were struggling, and we had single parent mothers, and he had a sibling and all this, and they were in good middle class family lives, but they didn't have a lot of loose money and stuff. So he and I, we bail out on the trip, and there's 9 of us, and 7 of us don't go, and they're really unhappy. They're like unhappy that we can't do it, and I'm like, man, I gotta work. I've got an apartment and a girlfriend, and I'm like 19, and I can't do this. And so then 2 or 3 days later, I call my friend Sweet Bapu because he's the only one in town. I'm like, hey man, since the band and the girlfriends are out of town, man, you want to party? Since we have to work, you want to party, man? And he's like, yeah, let's get together tomorrow, man. And I was like, yeah, it's funny. I'm free. I'm free now. On top of it, I told him, I was like, I'm free now for like 10 days and shit. I was like, the worst part is I actually got the trip off, but then they bumped it up to make everybody's schedule work, and I couldn't leave with them for, I really couldn't get out of work. I couldn't. And he was like, it's funny. My shit cleaned up too. And I was like, let's go out there. And he was like, okay, but I don't have a car. My car's broken down. And I was like, my car's broken down too, but I think we can take it out to Cali. I'm fairly sure if I get it fixed up and I do some work and stuff, I think we can take it out to Cali. I'm fairly sure. And so we drove out to Cali together. And on the way, he was going through an Elliott Smith phase and I understand because I went through my Elliott Smith phase too because of him. And he didn't want to hear anything but Elliott Smith all day long, every day, all day long. He was also going through a breakup, and he was fucked up. And I was going through a breakup, and I was fucked up. And it was just messed up. And I had, long story. So, like... so he wants to hear Elliott Smith all day because he's depressed over a breakup, but he's having the time of his life because we're going out to California for a 3-week trip, and it's just, we're gonna surf and we're gonna like play in the rivers and go to the fucking go to San Francisco, go to fucking Cali, go to Los Angeles, go to all over Cali with like 5 cars in a caravan and live in motel rooms with each other. We would sleep on the floor in the single motel room. Each take showers in the morning, then leave. And that's how we lived for 3 weeks, and we would split the motel room. It was actually cheaper to live than it would have been to live in an apartment. To be a nomad, it's kind of funny. And so where I'm going with this is when we were going out there, he wanted to listen to Elliott Smith, and I didn't know Elliott Smith at that time, and I was learning a lot about Elliott Smith, and I'm glad I did because he ended up being my favorite artist for like 5 years, and I'm glad I did do that. But Elliott Smith sings the softest I've ever heard anybody sing, I think. I mean, short of like maybe Cat Power or a few other people in the scene. They're like those people, them boys out of Portland or whatever, those people out of Portland singing pretty quiet because of Elliott Smith, who was like a leader in the scene. He was just a leader. Heat Miser was a leader, and he took over when he left Heat Miser, and he took over Portland, and all those singers were all like modeled after him and everything. And where am I going with this? So I could go out there, have a completion there in the Bashal Iran, which is not a bad place to go for a kill quest, but I want to do the initial crabs because I'm kind of low level. I want to just grind crabs for a while. We'll go check the EvE. Where am I? Oh, I left the station but never jumped. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. And then we'll throw a line in the water. And so so going out there, I was like, dude, Sweet Bapu, I can't listen to Elliott Smith after I've been driving for 24 hours straight. And he was like, that's okay, I'll drive. And he did drive, but then he had the problem about wandering off, so he would stop all the time. And then like, and he also wasn't that good of a driver, and he was nervous about it. And I was like, it's okay, I'll drive, but you can't play Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith will put you to sleep. There's not even a drum beat to it. Now he took, and most of the time there isn't a drum beat in Elliott Smith's style, but there could have been. He was a drummer, and he was a good drummer. And so my friend took this as some kind of like critique of his favorite artist, and it bummed him out. I know it did. It bummed him out. And I was like, it's not that. And I remember the moment when it bummed him out. I said, dude, I love Elliott Smith. I actually really do. It's just going to put me to sleep. I've got to listen to some rock or some grunge or something that actually keeps me from falling asleep on the road and killing us on the highway. And he was like, I understand. And it was hard for him, but he did it. And I played albums that he didn't want to hear, which was hard for him because he was like a record store nerd. But I remember we both learned things about that. I learned things about Elliott Smith, which was thankful for. It helped me get through a lot of things later on in my life. And I think I helped him understand that not all of us are like, not all of us in the hipster crew came up with hipster backgrounds. Some of us like graduated to it due to like having a high intellect. Like I never had the only hipster thing I ever did, well, I did two hipster things when I was a kid. I went to cat shows with my mom, and I went to antique shows with my parents, and we would buy antiques because my parents were rich. And that's the most hipster thing I've ever done until I was like a teenager, and I rode around on bikes and lived in a communist bike commune and like cooked all my meals and lived vegan for 3 years and all this crazy shit. And I was the lead singer in a band that had a bassist and a drummer that were in 2 other bands. And so we had these 3 bands that, you know, that traveled everywhere we went. We traveled as a pack, like a gang pretty much, you know. We lived at a place called Gigi's, which was grandma's and grandpa's, and there was like 13 to 27 of us there at any given time of day, and you could freely walk in. There was no locks on the doors. If you were hungry, you could eat from the fridge. People were cooking. It was a commune, so like people would cook, and they would be like, sure, we got dumpster dive food and all this stuff, and anybody can eat. We would invite the bums to the backyard, and we would drink beer with them and stuff, because it was like the place was a public house. It was essentially a public house. So we were renting it, but we lived there, but we weren't, you know, we wanted a place. Once we got all got out of high school, we were like, I think we like somebody was like, we should all live in the same house together for at least a couple of years. And we all absolutely agreed, because we were like, let's make music now. We were like, let's make music now for the next 80 years. And then we were so idyllic about it, but like 4 or 5 years passed in everybody's lives. We were either going to be in bands that either made it or didn't make it for the rest of our lives, living feast and famine, probably drug addicts and stuff, or we move on with our lives, go to college, go abroad, go figure out who we are and live our lives and stuff. I went on being a World of Warcraft addict. But you know, but they went on being like other really crazy things. Like one of my friends is the lead city and planner for Denver, and the bassist for my band ended up being the lead city and planner for Denver. The drummer, I don't know what he did with his life, but I know that he journeyed all over the world and played with bands for 20 years and stuff. And I don't know what he did with his life now, because we're out of touch. But I don't know what he did. My lead guitarist ended up being a hipster in Denver who rode bikes and drank beer his whole life and did craft beer and did the whole Denver hipster life thing. I don't know what he does for a job, but he was you know, he was a very grizzled punker bike guy. His whole life, he was in the scene, in the Food Not Bomb scene. He was probably a revolutionary type person his whole life. He never left the punker scene. I did. And then I went on to be a World of Warcraft addict and a speed addict. And then later on, hopefully I'll be a streamer. I mean, I am a streamer now. I'm confirmed. I have some thousands of follows and some followership and some viewership and stuff. And I'm hoping that'll be my contribution to that. We all had different things that we did with our lives, but being in a band is something you do for free unless they're paying you and buying albums and doing merchandise and all this crap. And we were so fucking hipster, I doubt we ever could have sold an album without serious problems with what we did with the money. So, you know, I don't know. It was never going to be this thing that ever would have supported us, so we all moved on. Later on, like, I just was more happy to let them do their thing. One of the bands, my sister band, needed the bassist and the drummer full time because they were going through like a full-blown like flower power progressive rock 70s like hipster fucking Jack Kerouac fucking, you know, Freedom Land of the 70s, Lana Del Rey fucking, you know, fucking like Brooklyn Baby reality. And they just needed our bassist and our drummer for their fucking artistic fucking vision for about 5 years, and so they muscled us out. And this was bad for my solo folk singer friend. It was bad for his career, and it was bad for my career. But honestly, we understood it. We were all there with them. We believed in them just as much as we believed in ourselves, I think. And it was our bassist and our drummer with them, so it was like understandable. We were like, sure, it's kind of like one of those things. I think we all could have been very famous bands had we stuck with it. But everybody realized that no one was going to pay us for like 10 years, and that living like rats in a fucking house that we were scraping to pay $100 for each for like 15 years wasn't gonna be a good quality of life. You know, it wasn't gonna be this thing that we could tell our parents we were proud of doing and all this. And I think everybody realized that we kind of drifted apart. We stopped going back to Gigi's, which was the main house. Some of us stopped living there. One of the rules about living there is we couldn't have cars. I mean, we could have cars, and we did, but it was better if we borrowed the cars. We didn't believe in cars very much. We believed in public transport and bikes and stuff. So if people like me who had cars, we did pretty well, but then we also got kind of enslaved to bring people around to important places like DMVs and places that they needed to go. And I eventually got kind of sick and tired of like driving people from Denver out to like Centennial and then back, because, you know, I just was like, I was the crew driver. I was one of the lead singers. I was like one of the social circle corners. I was one of the original four before it all became a thing. And I had the first band. I helped form the first band that ended up being what everybody else's did. And you know, and I bought the fucking drums for my drummer. I gave him his first set of drums. Like, you know, I bought a set of Ziljans, and I gave it to him when I wanted to be a lead singer, and I bought a PA. And, oh, thank you. Yeah, and where I'm going with this is like, it's just kind of funny. Like, the story goes on, but there's all these funny memories that I have about, like, my friend thought I didn't like Elliott Smith, but then I ended up fucking listening to Elliott Smith for 5 solid years. And it's the only thing that I could listen to. And I ended up going through the same exact phase that he did. And it wasn't like I was copying him. Just every day I was sad. I was sad. I was mainlining my sadness directly into my system, essentially, with like smoking methamphetamine and listening to grunge rock and Elliott Smith and like 9 Inch Nails, and like being very unhappy and singing and crying myself to sleep at night. Was too dusty and rusty to have like a girlfriend, and the lack of love in my life was breaking me the same way it's essentially breaking me right now. And so, but not in a bad way. This is much better these days, because I'm like, loneliness is worse. Yeah. But understanding the loss if we fuck it up is far worse to me. Losing my best friend or anything else, or any other woman, really, it's like these days I believe in dating more than I ever have in my entire life. I believe in going out on a Friday night and dancing with a girl down at the bar and drinking crap beer like some hipster douchebag, and smoking like you know, hydroponic weed is like, you know, like, I'm sorry, but it's hipster and it's 40 and it's old, but I mean, that is that is my idea of romance now, is like, can you do a date? Can you dance with me? Can you be social with me? Will you drink a glass of wine and stand in the kitchen with me and talk about what you want to do for a job, or what, like, not job, but like how your job is or whatever. Like that stuff never used to appeal to me. I used to be like, all right, let's drink and fuck. Now I'm more circumspect getting through my 40s and shit, where I'm like, yeah, I'd much rather actually talk to the person, and maybe they have to actually be compatible with me, because it's like, now I want a gamer girl that's actually compatible with me, and I don't think it actually exists. It, like, the sheer, like, I don't want a WoW girlfriend. I want a Final Fantasy 11 girlfriend, and there is a big fucking difference. There's a big difference. One's a sandbox, one's a theme park. One is truly good at gaming, and the other one is doing it so much in the theme park that they consider themselves experts at it. But the Final Fantasy person knows better and still dies to this day. I'm sorry, but like, you know, and theme park's different, like, you know, and they, like, the theme park girl will want to do dungeons with you all day and go farming and stuff like that, and that shit's cool. But the sandbox girl, and I've met them, they're gonna want to go level somewhere out in the world that's scary. And that's a lot fucking different. That's way, or like a Rust girl, they'll want to go out and look for empty bases or things to like forward op bases and stuff, ops and stuff. There's a difference. Like, there's a difference between sandbox people and theme park people, and I don't want to settle for a theme park person. I didn't spend the last like 5 years entirely in a theme park. I absolutely didn't. I didn't spend the last 7 years. Like, it has been. Since this month, I have not returned beyond Dragonflight in the beginning of Shadowlands. I did not return to a theme park. In like 10 years, I hadn't been in a theme park. I have not been a theme park person like this. And honestly, like, the minute that you take the quests out of it or anything that needs to happen, I'm immediately an extremely happy camper. And I just honestly, I just like vacuum hoover my way across the land, skinning everything, just like Rust, just like chopping trees, pulling in money, sitting in camps and killing name mobs and stuff. And it's just like farming the world. And I've never met a theme park person who could stand to do that. They just want to turn in the quest and go on to the next place and, you know, and get higher XP and get to that level cap or whatever. And that is just so far from my fucking reality now that that's not acceptable to me. Now, you might see different over the next year, depending on how Season of Discovery goes, because I have no problem going right back to old places, old stomping grounds, and being the boss, being the boss who paid the costs. You know, I paid the cost to be the boss kind of thing. I don't mind going back to old fucking stomping grounds at all, but I do mind living in a theme park 24/7. I do mind that. So one of the things about hardcore is it feels like sandbox, kind of, because the mobs can respawn on top of you. You already know the content, but you don't have to play it like a fucking quester, like a quest game. And I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna grind my rogue all fucking day. And just, you know, and I took all the quests in the town, but I'm not going, I don't have an arrow, I don't have something or anything telling me where to be. I honestly don't even need the mini map open. I might take it off. God damn it, man. Get my fucking sprint key messed up. It's like really nasty. And I don't think there's many people like that anymore. Even the sandbox people are like, okay, let's get a crew of 6 people together, or like a clan of 8 people or something, and go do something, right? But that's still not my vibe. I want to stumble around the sandbox like a bad, with no direction at all, just grinding as I go, watching my videos, trying to be a React commenter person, and like living my life, trying to get my health back in order, and my mental sanity and my love life and all this other stuff. And I don't know. I can't do between point A and point B in my 40s. I don't think. I don't need their quests. I don't want them. I want to grind this game like Diablo, like the way Diablo players grind Diablo. And that game actually has a lot more structure than you might think, too. It was one of the things that I really disliked about it. It was like from point A to point B all the fucking time. Are you looking for a guild?
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Are you suggesting I have a record?
I'm just asking. That's all.
As Fontaine knows, it's not an option for him.
Yeah, true.
I will say,
True, I
an
tried.
Uber stream from the van could go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would go very good.
I got a record after, I had an idea to make adult
course.
breastfeeding popular on Twitch, and it just didn't go well.
It was.
That's okay. Will, that's okay. I hear that could be very popular on Kick.
Oh.
Okay. Adult breastfeeding, you know what the heck, okay?
Wild.
I mean, to be fair, it would be popular.
I mean, this is
that wasn't even a joke.
this is the closest thing I've seen to a stuffed podcast in a while. This is a throwback.
We're gonna bring it back.
You layer it in between big spins, max bets.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jeremy's hungry.
No, I wouldn't think it's popular. Stop saying you're concerned. I was joking. I was just saying other people, not me, would be into it. Now they're saying like, why would it be popular? And I was just making a joke.
No. You wanted to explain why it would be popular?
No, I was making fun of other people. I was kink shaming.
Massive drama.
I was kink shaming to the highest degree. Okay, I'm just gonna say.
Dude, you could probably do that in Buffalo.
Dude,
straight up.
breastfeeding.
Bill's Mafia would embrace you with open arms for some adult
That's already a
breastfeeding.
big part of the tailgate culture there.
If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I would guarantee you'll see adult breastfeeding in the street, dude. If no one's got my back, DJ Penguin's got my back.
Yeah, if the mom's drunk, it's like a premix. You know what I mean?
Sears just dialed in on WoW right now.
I was gonna say Sears absolutely Peter in Office Space right now, just gaming at work.
Oh, I love that show. Hey, Peter.
I don't remember. To be fair, the only thing I remember from Office Space, is the scene when they beat the computer up. And the stapler. The stapler. That's the two things.
Have you seen my stapler?
I believe you have my stapler.
I'm gonna burn the place down.
I burned the place down. Shouldn't have done that.
As this is a fun little. We should do this more often.
We should actually do this more
Oh man, Roy Salter wants to buy Twitch
No,
from Dan,
no.
By the way, I have a real Roy Salter in chat making real offers right now.
Dan, have you ever heard of
How
Roy
much?
Salter?
How much is he? How much is he? I do not know Roy Salter, but how much?
I'm gonna be honest, Dan. I think it's a bit of a low ball. I don't.
A little bit.
He's pitching. He's putting down 25 mil right now.
Yeah, I don't think that quite works. I
I
don't
don't
think that
think
quite
so.
works.
Hey Dan, while we out of here, serious question. What was your rose and your thorn of TwitchCon? What was your highlight of TwitchCon and your low light?
All right, hold on.
Well, his highlight was probably name your price, and the low light was probably school.
Actually, no. So I will. I can give you. I can give you my highlight.
Sure.
My highlight. On Sunday night, after I went to this place We All Scream, or I forget the name of the party, where it was a bunch of Twitch musicians, and then they had a DJ set, Jessica and Pika, who are from Vancouver, and they had this. Her name is Thug Shells, and
Oh
she's
yeah, we
like
met
this-
her.
Yeah, she freestyles.
Yeah, freestyle rapper. She has so much energy. She's like this, you know, pixie, red hair, and just going crazy, right? And first it was fun because I went up there and I went in back while they were DJing, which of course they loved that and the crowd loved it. But then Thugs was just, she was a great freestyle rapper. I went and actually I flipped her on stage, and I did not have her hit her head, which I was worried about, because basically I had this idea, well, I'm gonna go and lift her up and flip her up first, and I was like, well, if she ended up hitting her head, that would be really bad.
Wait, this was a spontaneous flip?
Wait, so
was
your highlight was flipping your employee?
No, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that was sick.
Spontaneous flip that you pull off is like, that's all or nothing. That's big gambling right there.
And I think there's a clip
All on the line.
that
That's
someone
Vegas.
was live streaming. I think someone was live streaming.
It was probably Canute.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't Kendrick, it was
Camera to the stage.
Yeah.
Canute was the only person who Canute was the only person who caught me crossbodying through the wall of boxes at school. The camera guy in the show totally missed it.
I went and watched it back. Yeah, I was like, damn, it was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so good. That was very good. We were rooting for you to do that well.
Well, you know
we're
what was
on
so
the
good
green
about
room.
it was it gave me like a good out, like as a coach running after the kid. So it was like a perfect transition to like the next teacher.
I was covered with bruises the next day.
I
I gave a piece of myself.
Yeah, it's not good.
They were a lot more solid than I thought they were.
They were boxes. They were
They were
cubes.
boxes.
Yeah, what were they thinking that was like? Those boxes were way too heavy.
So we did that before on Elevated, and it was really, really good. But I think whenever they set up the boxes this time, I think the boxes they used were either heavier or they set them up like long ways instead of short ways, and they should have set them up short ways so they could have gotten knocked down a little more easily. Because the ball, like the dodgeballs that we got were too light to actually like they're like dodgeballs. They won't actually hurt you, but they're also not heavy enough to they're not actually heavy enough to like knock anything over. So
going to the other part, I don't have a thorn. I can't. I literally.
No low light.
I can't think of.
How about this? I got a good cop out for you.
Sure.
You know, outside it was just really hot. There we go.
Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Vegas
did you guys like Vegas?
I did.
I liked it overall.
I did.
I like Vegas, but like once every hour, I'll have this kind of like flash of reality in my mind that Las Vegas is an abomination and should not exist, and then I have to like push that feeling down, and then I'll be like, but you know, you're having fun.
Yeah,
And then I'll like the sheer energy cost and carbon footprint of this place. Guys, I'm having a good time. Let's get a burger.
Well, you know what? While we're here, allow me to throw in a recommendation. I really feel like Dayton, Ohio would just be an incredible location.
We could do it by the Skyline Chili. We could do it by the Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili. You got
Off the interstate.
fields, you know, we can do it in Ohio.
Damn, literally.
Dayton would go crazy. I'm all in for Twitch Dayton.
It would be
Dan
like the
was
island.
so
It would be
upset by
like
this,
Lost.
he ejected from the conversation.
No,
Like, he took his
Dan's getting
headphones
yelled
off.
at. Dude, I feel like we're
We
playing
won't
Xbox
land there and
Live,
never be
dude.
able to leave.
Dude, we're like
Dan,
on
you gotta
Xbox
go?
Live. We're like on Xbox Live playing Call of Duty, and then like someone's mom's yelling at me
Someone's
to go to
just
dinner.
reeling up a real bad word right now.
Yeah, Dayton TwitchCon 2024. You got the Nutter Center. You got cornfields. You got Skyline Chili. 2 hour. I got something.
He's pitching Dayton hard.
Dude, I just don't want to go
What
back
else?
to San Diego, man.
Dude, the
1
people
hour
of Dayton,
kilometers.
the people
Let
of
me give you
Dayton
my
would
thoughts
be
on Vegas.
so confused.
So my thoughts on Vegas is, first of all, you have to remember, for so many people there, I'm up here.
Mom, I'm on the phone.
Man, there's nobody there.
I can't pause the
There's nobody
game,
there.
Mom.
No, because it's
On the
online.
internet.
Yeah.
My daughter thinks about that. to say hi?
I remember I'd say this and say, my team needs me.
I will say I have had the COVID. So.
Oh no.
Oh, really?
So.
I had one.
Yes, I came back and I was sick.
She came in covering her mouth with the headlamp on. That's amazing. Good meeting you. Well, so,
I will
so
say-
you've been quarantined.
I've been quarantined. When I came back from TwitchCon Paris,
Yeah.
I had the same problem that like I was going and then I'd fly back on Monday, and by the time I get home, I had this bad cough, and it started to have a fever. And that time I tested, I didn't have COVID, and it took me about 2 days, and 2 to 3 days, and the literally exact same thing happened this time. Although this time I tested positive, although I'm feeling pretty much. So I felt like crap. Like
This guy has COVID and he's still
Yeah,
talking
and,
to these
almost
streamers.
back
It's a
to
good
normal.
sign.
So it's been like fairly quick. So.
A little con flu.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, let me go to my thoughts on Vegas.
Sure.
There's all this energy in Vegas. It's so much fun for like some of the events. But for 99% of the people there, and part of the magic of TwitchCon is you feel, and especially as you think of some of the magic of Twitch is so many of the community members. Twitch is a place where they found belonging. And Vegas is almost like the epitome of what their life is not about. In other words, like a
Yeah.
where
Vegas
they
is
feel out of place. Yeah, they feel out of place. They have all the, high stakes gambling and money. So you think of all the moderators, all the community members, so many people. And the magic of TwitchCon is these people find a place to belong. And I'm sorry, they walk out of their hotel and they don't feel like they belong in Vegas. They feel like, what?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Wait, you
No,
cut out.
not saying that. Not saying that.
Wait, I didn't hear the last part.
No, I just said that the energy is too far. It goes away. It goes out as opposed to coming in.
It's not a contained, yeah, I agree, because I think that everyone becomes one, like, splintered into these. First of all, every resort is like an 8-mile labyrinth to even
It's a
get to
city.
a hotel.
Everyone
so,
is a
like,
city.
Yes, unless everyone is congregated in a shared space, like Vegas, I would say that the benefit of a place like San Diego is that the convention center is right outside where everyone is going to congregate after the convention. So
Yes,
it's a very
but-
clear kind of self-contained loop.
But here's the problem with San Diego, dude. The convention center itself is miserable. Like, it's so big and the con is so spread out that it is so like. Do you guys remember trying to get from one end of the con to the other? It was just like you could like I was late or
Yeah.
missed everything I wanted to do at TwitchCon.
It's as if you're in one of the resorts at Las Vegas.
Right, exactly. But at least the convention center in Las Vegas was really good.
If the concern is having too interesting of a city in that it splinters the kind of collective that's gathering, I think Dayton, Ohio is looking really good.
Dayton, Ohio is.
We have the Skyline Chili off the interstate. Okay, if we do it in the fall, we might have a good a cornfield maze of some kind.
There's a
we're
Cracker
down.
Barrel next to the airport, I think.
Yes.
All right.
With mac and
Wait.
cheese.
Listen. I know I shouldn't do this now, okay? But it seems like okay. I'm just it looks like we're doing it in Dayton, Ohio next year. We've been holding off. Holding off
Dayton, Ohio.
Right here. But I guess I just
Sears
gotta
gonna get a
announce
story in the Dayton, Ohio paper tomorrow. Local man saves Dayton.
The Dayton economy is now booming because of one event.
This is gonna be a dark lie.
Yes.
They're bringing jobs back to Ohio.
Wait, is Sear muted? Sear, say something? Wait, hold on. Wait,
Break your piece here.
Sear, say something?
Here's the thing: S-Fan's
No,
computer
he's
is
muting on
like
purpose,
such
dude.
a fragile. It is such a fragile
No,
mechanism at
it's
this point.
Sear's muting
If
on
you've ever
purpose.
looked,
Wait, it keeps automatically muting him. On the browser, on the
Hello?
thing.
Hello?
There it is. Yo. Wait, hold on.
He said
Hold
Ohio
on.
too many times. It's an
It's
auto
the AI bot. It's the AI bot you installed on your computer for the people you don't like, S-Bot.
Yeah, he said Ohio like 15 times. It can't go good now.
Oh my god, wait, have I been muted this entire conversation?
Yeah.
No.
No.
What, you were talking? Nick, what do you have to say about this?
I am that guy.
Wait, Nick is.
Oh. Chicken
Gladiator.
gladiator. Got it.
That's that shit, son.
Okay.
No, absolutely, Nick. I completely agree. Absolutely. Oh, he left. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't like. Here's the thing. All I know is this. Everybody said 2018 TwitchCon was incredible, and then now everybody's saying this is probably the best TwitchCon since then. And the common denominator, the common theme amongst every TwitchCon from 2018 to now is that they've all been in San Diego. Okay? So I'm going to conclude that San Diego sucks.
I like San Diego. I have fun in San Diego.
Did you guys not have trouble like traversing the convention?
No.
I literally can't get anywhere, and it
No,
happens.
so I do this. So Espen, I do this thing where I walk fast, and then I use my elbows real fast.
Oh, and you're just like swinging at them.
Clearing room. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to try that at the next TwitchCon. If that
Yeah.
will work well.
Yeah,
That's
probably
gonna
go
go
well.
well with Exerto.
Do you
Ask
do you
him a
want to-
question.
Yeah. The Dictator story is going to be seething.
Have you guys been to an Anaheim Convention Center convention? Okay. No, like because BlizzCon does the Anaheim Convention Center. BlizzCon is like really good. Like the Anaheim Convention Center is really really good.
Yeah.
Well, we can even go back.
I'll put it on the list, but well, wait, S-Bot, I guess we can just think about that for 2025. We've already announced 2024.
Wait, has 2024 been? Oh yeah, true. Date.
Yeah.
Date
No,
You can't go back on that. The people will be devastated.
They just signed a contract. They just signed a contract, S-Bot.
What was that, Sue? Is that central?
It's central,
What do you-
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's central.
How about East Coast?
Ooh.
Ask him a question. He's the leader of Twitch, and you guys are talking about conventions. I want you to ask him like Devin Nash questions about what the future of Twitch is and all this. This is a disgrace. You guys are bad entertainers in a way, because like there's so many good questions to ask here, and you're talking about the Anaheim Convention Center for TwitchCon, which I get, but I mean. Maybe if it's like, I guess I get it if it's directed about only TwitchCon. It's only, they can only ask him certain things, but I want to hear what he thinks the future of Twitch is going to be. Ask him some real questions now.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Can we do ban appeals from under stream?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, do you have people you want? You want to?
So Fandy got banned in your chat. I'm sure it was a mistake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
we do
no,
that.
Fandy has some really strong opinions.
Can we look at Fandy's logs in DJ Clancy's chat?
Oh my gosh! Now you're gonna make
In
me
the comments.
go and find all that.
Hold on. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Can you mod me? If you just mod me, Whitehard. If you.
I can mod you.
sick.
You can see it. Yeah, I can mod you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna change his title to Tryout 7.
Yeah. Mod SNTV.
Okay. Okay, we're going to do ban appeals for
And I do while you're looking, I do have to tell you this one story that at one point, I had a friend from college that I was doing an IRL stream before the Notre Dame Duke game, and he came into chat. And this is someone who's a very successful VC, worked at
In the
$50
comments.
million, and he started to like say these things using these inside words that were from college. They go, he said like condos here, Clindu, and he was like saying all this. It sounds like gibberish. And his name had bot on the end of it. His name had bot. Okay. And what he was typing said, so he ended up getting banned because they thought that he was a bot throwing out gibberish. And then he called me while I was
Hello.
Dan, I just got banned from your chat.
What the heck? Yeah, no, I've definitely had to ban people in. I've had to ban people.
Well,
just
not
like-
that
In the
happens
comments.
also, especially, I will say this, and I want to call out my mods. They're not used to my chat very well. You don't understand. My chat is slow normally, okay? But after TwitchCon, after last night, it's a whole new world for them. Because you know, in general, I would hover between 100 and 200, and I'm.
What do you mean too far away? This is so annoying. Die.
Seems like a convenient run of collabs there after getting.
It's a classic.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, true.
Because raids don't count, but stream together do.
Well, so you need to bring back everything, and then we don't have to worry about it. That's the problem. Wait, okay, so
Oh,
on
yeah,
you modded you spelled my name as fan without the D. As fan see as fan TV. Also, you should probably
I like
unmod,
S-Fan.
you should probably unmod whoever has the account as fan TV because
Yeah.
They're probably not.
I'll unlock whatever that's been.
Because they're dangerous.
What am I?
And fake ass fan, we got you covered. Free ticket to TwitchCon 2024 Ohio.
The Dayton meltdown.
Big D town, home to Dayton.
Okay. Oh, I think it was just. It looks like this was just like an accidental ban.
May have been.
Yeah,
Seriously, I mean,
Fandy
it
had no
really is.
lots.
But it's kind of deserved, right?
Yeah, deserved. True.
Why is she not chatted in his chat? That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Feel free to unmod. Yeah, that I don't know why, but my mods are not used to this. I appreciate all they're doing. They're used to a much slower, and especially like last night, because last night I took questions, and so like I guess Aiden was watching my stream, then was sending all of his folks from TikTok to come and jump into my stream.
Ask him about Twitch. Ask him about Twitch.
Just some super nice people.
They're like,
Dan, we're here to support you. We love you, King. Keep doing what you're doing.
Honestly, banger policy after banger policy, man.
Just want to come and show how much we care and have some reasonable questions to ask. That's basically what they were doing.
that's real nice of them.
I'm gonna string together some really polite words, you know?
They were very, really super nice. I was only, sad my mom wasn't still alive. So I did introduce him.
Dan, did you get exhausted under the weight of all the W's that they were spamming in chat? I'm sure that they just came in.
It was almost an L how many W's.
Yeah, it was really.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they started typing L because of the amount of W's.
Yeah, because
just
it
to
had nothing to
be
do with that.
contrarians.
Yeah.
It got a little embarrassing. I'm pretty modest, and it got a little embarrassing,
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter wants me to explain the joke. It takes too long.
Oh, kids just don't get it, man.
Kids these days.
Yeah,
Kids these days.
They just don't get it.
So someone really so Aiden Ross brigaded the CEO of Twitch.
Yeah, he was sitting there, and
That's an alpha move.
That's insane. That's fucking unreal.
That's an alpha move right there.
Dude, no, he was probably
Yo,
just
can we
trying to
look
ask
at
you,
it that and let Dan know what an L that was?
Add DJ Clancy, will you come on my dating show?
We got a few girls who would love to meet you.
There you go. There you go. Oh no.
So this one was in Sexy Red's music video.
Wait. So hold on, Dan. I'm simulcasting right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's going really well. I have 12 viewers on Twitter. It's amazing. So.
Oh, wow.
I want to try Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. So, in fact, Espen, you have to go. All of you guys have to go repost this so other people will do it. So
Sure.
I went on Twitter because I have I have Starlink because I live out the boonies.
Nice.
But at times it can't handle the uplink, and so I went ahead and posted on Twitter. I said at Elon, big Starlink fan, but would love to get higher bandwidth at maybe. I'm the CEO of Twitch. By the way, happy to stream with you sometime on X. So go ahead and repost that because I want to get enough so that maybe Elon sees it.
So you didn't get partnered on Twitch, so now you're trying to change platforms. Is what you're telling us.
Listen, as a creator, you just have to keep your eggs in a lot of baskets. So,
Thank you. My first year. Okay, my first year as a creator, I did not multi-stream for the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 months because I misunderstood. I was like, well, I don't want to start out in contract violation. I got my affiliateship in the first 3 months, but then, like, I didn't want to take affiliateship if it meant that if I couldn't multi-stream to both YouTube and Kick and Facebook. Like, you know, I used to stream to Facebook even, and now it's just, you know, now it's like and so yeah, I'm okay with just YouTube and Twitch now. I used to really like having Kick in the agenda, and I did get like 200 follows on Kick, I think, or something, but I don't know if Kick is the right place for anything but gambling, sex, and like controversial streams. So I do have a Kick account with 200 follows on it that I can use in the future for any controversial streaming I ever might want to do. But that's what I consider Kick to be. And so now my mainstays now are Twitch and YouTube. That's it.
Ask you a question, and you can opt out of answering this, you know, but candidly,
by the way, for some reason, this isn't going to be the toughest question I received today. I'm highly confident.
Oh no, okay. This is okay. Are we ready? Mm-hmm. It's not going to be that bad. What I'm curious about is, so the whole the simulcasting policy and the version of that back to sort of you've never had the policy.
Never allowed it. Yeah.
Is that, if nothing else, a true vote of confidence in the product that you offer? Because that's how I registered it, is that in the event that you allow people the choice to congregate on a platform, it will be Twitch. Is that what, is this just you kind of like putting it all on the table, just flopping it down?
I think one of the mistakes, and it may have made sense when Twitch was small, I can't tell you what was right back then, okay? But I think there's a lot of fear in the organization as opposed to acting like we were like the largest live streaming platform by far.
Yeah, I had a lot of fear. I was like, what if Twitch just tosses my 2 years of work out the window on a change of leadership or something? I was very scared. I was ready to just give up on Twitch. Like, literally, it was so funny. I remember, like, 3 days before this guy took power and changed the rules on multicasting and all, or simulcasting, right? I was not willing to take. I turned down Twitch affiliateship for a year and 9 months, or I'm sorry, not that long. It was like a year and 4 months, I think it was. I turned it down for like a year and 4 months, and I disappointed my family a little bit, and I disappointed my friends. I think I pissed off my old clan leader because he was like, "What do you mean you turned down affiliateship?" And I was like, "I'm not in this for the money and the well, I'm in it for the money for my family and my friends." But I'm not in it for myself, and I don't, I'm not in it for the clout or the fame. I wanted to make a personal history. So, so there was a lot of choices I made about my career having to do with simulcasting where I didn't take affiliateship and nerfed my beginning career when I had the interest that I had at the beginning. Like at the beginning, I had a lot of interest in from Rust and EVE Online. I spoke to an EVE Online CCP dev and all this. Like but then I threw that all away on the simulcasting thing because I was like, I don't want to sign a contract with one of these notorious fucking March of the Bastard clowns. And I want complete artistic license over my channel. I want to be able to masturbate for girls on Kick if I want to without destroying my Twitch image, unless they're paying me. And so now they're paying me. Now they're paying me. I'm on an affiliateship. I can run the ad rolls and AdSense and all this for the viewership. And like, that's good. That's a better way to do it. than to like, you know, than to like give them the creative license, go into violation of contracts, start off on the wrong foot with them. If you blow out of the fucking water somehow, like, and they like you, they may let you go far. But if you start out with contract violation and go from there, that's a shaky hold. Like, I'm not averse to being like a partner, but I mean, they would have to pay me to do it. They'd have to pay me to do it. I don't particularly like the corporation of Twitch right now. So, you know, they're okay. I like them. They're my bread and butter. They're where I got my start, and I think they're great. They're wonderful. But they know I'm disloyal, and I'll hop to YouTube and I'll rebuild. I'll throw away 4,000 follows on a whim just to go rebuild somewhere else. I fundamentally believe like three things: being a content provider in late like fourth quarter 2023. One, I believe I can rebuild my career if I ever have to, over and over and over again, and I'm just going to get better at it, right? Two, so it doesn't matter if I lose like 5,000 follows. It sucks, but it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter to me. In the end, I don't need their money, clout, or fame to do what it is I set out to do, which was to make a personal history. So even if there is like no viewership, it won't matter. Like, my personal record gets out there. And so in like this like thing about simulcasting that they're talking about was a really big deal for me, but it wasn't for a lot of other people.
Oh no, Ninja's gonna leave. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, Ninja's gonna leave and all this stuff, because like, we don't like being told what to do. Like, none of us, I doubt any AAA personalities going into it ever thought that they were ever gonna be like in this place where even, I think, even strong women like SS Sniper Wolf, I don't think they were ever, I doubt she would ever be willing to kowtow to YouTube ever. She can go and build her career somewhere else still. I mean, she'll have to use inferior like platforms to do it, but she can always go to you know, she can always go to like you know, to like Twitch or something full time and still garner a living that's gonna be like Kai Cenat type of money. It's not the struggle for her. So now she has to take what YouTube said, but she doesn't, you know, she doesn't have to like it, and she can. I think this was part of this, like, what she did was shitty, but I mean, she still has to listen to what YouTube has to say. So when they say it's contract violation over it, you should take pause at that, and you should consider what kind of foot that puts you off with them, because later on it might matter. Like 5 years later, if you're famous or something, I don't know, you set off, you're on fire or whatever, you take off, you're doing better, or people like you more now or whatever, it might matter later that you got off on the wrong foot with Twitch and caught a ban. Like, honestly, I've been cut off. I've been banned from Twitch like 7 times, but only one of them was for something real. All the rest of it was construed from other people that I didn't do. Like, you know, I'm sorry, 2 of them were real.
Right, and run around.
One for boobs and one for a cuss word, and
cut off.
it wasn't a racist cuss word. Let's put it that way.
And then Shroud leaves, and then we're worried about anyone leaves. We didn't have the confidence of saying, well, that's okay. They leave, that's okay. We've got a freaking gazillion.
So the reason I'm so slow is
also,
I bust my cooldowns all the time to do like split pools and all this, and I'm just like, as a grinder, I'm doing quests, but I'm not going to do all the traveling of quests, travel required for quests. So I go slow because I need the cooldowns. I'm not dying to some scrub ass forest strider fledgling. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep dying like I have been. I'm not doing that. Now he's gonna run here. I should save for backstabs for when he does. You know? Fucking die, asshole. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Come here, you. I don't need the Pathfinders yet, or I would come back. I think rather than the hello key, I think I want a nod key, and I think I'm gonna write out another macro for. I like hello, but I want nod, right? /nod Save, and I'll put that instead of hello. I'll say hello. I'll put that one there, and I'll bind. I'll bind that to shift up, right? Yeah.
Led to the you know, the exclusivity that we had before, right? And oh whoa!
I figured it out.
Real
Oh
camera.
crap! I didn't figure it out.
Drop the mic.
Well, no, you do have a you do have a
Okay.
Cool.
You're this close.
I'm
You're
there,
just
but
showing off
if I go to
everything.
show you guys, it captures my.
So real quick, sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Will, the reason why that's happening is because you are virtual camming your stream and not
Yes.
the source.
This is where you have to hit the settings thing. Okay, and either be actually, sorry, I don't know if you do this. The other thing you can do is put the scene, and that way, if you want to have your backdrop or anything, then that works as
It's
well.
good that he knows the product. I doubt a lot of those other guys even know their own product. They're just selling it.
Oh,
You
you
just
want to have
pulled
a
extra
backdrop.
Emily on me right now. You called me sire, which I said was the #1 mispronunciation of my name. So whenever she calls people sire, she goes, "Hello, sire," I think she's talking about me.
Seer?
It's pronounced
Oh,
seer, yeah, but there's no way to really know that by looking at it.
I'd love to say, there's, you know, extra Emily and I have so much in common. It's often hard to tell us apart. You're indistinguishable. He's a pod. All right. So let me keep going. So anyway, we had exclusivity for partners, okay, and then we tried to make sure nobody ever left Twitch, right? And we were worried about people streaming on other platforms. And I absolutely think that that causes live streaming to be smaller. And I absolutely think we're hands down the best platform. I think, you know, they used to have this fear of YouTube. And I've often talked about this because so I was at YouTube. I ran product and engineering at YouTube from 2010. And in fact, I have another story to tell you about that too, because we almost bought Justin TV, but we didn't. And I'll tell you that story in a second. But and at the time, it used to be that they had what was called watch on the channel page of YouTube. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember.
Oh, right.
But it used to be, okay, the deal was if you drove someone to your channel page, they were your viewer, and you get to market them your own videos. But if we drove them there, then we get related videos. And we made that change. Originally, live was going to be on the channel page of YouTube when we first started YouTube Live. I'm not sure if when we launched it was on the channel page, but we took that off because related videos are such a freaking, hook to just keep you watching. Okay. So the reality is on YouTube, nobody can sit. If you sit there for an hour or two, you're going to get a little bored, and there's all this candy distraction. Okay. And TikTok, that's that in spades. No human being can stay on a live stream on TikTok for 20 minutes and not swipe. Like, it's physically impossible.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm very
That's
clear.
not the nature of the platform.
Yeah, it's not, and you're programmed when you're watching your VODs. It's clear on TikTok, it's clear on YouTube too, because no human being spends more time watching live streaming on YouTube than VODs. Every human being spends more time on VODs, and they're always looking to the bottom right to think about what's next. And at TwitchCon, interestingly, a lot of the Twitch streamers that are now over at YouTube, that are, went over there. I talked to all of them, they all agreed. They said, no, it's just the community's not the same. And that's because people come through because they have a big ass funnel. But then they just pass through. Right. Because they're not staying.
Yeah.
Okay. And our platform, I think without a doubt, it seems to me so obvious that, the right thing is drive people to Twitch, they'll stay. But use TikTok and YouTube. The way I describe it is it's a free ad on TikTok when you're live streaming. It says, hey, I'm live right now. Okay, and even your biggest fan, right? It's not just to get new users. Because somebody gets you live up, they don't pay attention to the notifications. They're swiping, right? They see you and they go, oh, wait, it's live on Twitch right now. Let me go check them out. right?
Wake, no. Anybody else? Probably yes.
No, well, so,
Nice.
I
I was just gonna add, like, it's kind of interesting because, you
My
know,
first
the
screen.
exclusivity thing.
Actually, I don't know. That might sell. 5 silver, huh?
Oh yeah.
No, I'll take the strange essence. I need it. Oh, I don't have a ruined rod yet.
A year and a half ago.
Oh well, that's okay. I'll get to it.
Nice. Well, it's working now. That's good. So here's what I was saying. Whenever you have the non-exclusivity, like, guys who sign, like, a lot of people signed deals to other platforms, and I think almost all their deals are non-exclusivity deals, right?
Now, most of them are exclusive.
Are they?
YouTube copied our deal because that's what we were doing. YouTube doesn't normally do exclusivity, but the way YouTube did the deals, they wrote them because the people at YouTube were thinking just like Twitch, so they were just mimicking Twitch, and Twitch had exclusivity on live, and so that was acting like, so they did them. However, I'm kind of optimistic. In fact, I'm going to reach out. I think I'm kind of optimistic that YouTube, now that we are moving away from this, and in fact, you know, Twitch isn't a concern for YouTube. TikTok is a concern for YouTube. I think what YouTube should be doing now is saying, I should be courting all those Twitch streamers, okay, and I should let anyone that has a deal, as long as they do their hours, their minimum hours, then I should let them stream on Twitch, because that's going to help YouTube in their battle with TikTok.
Right.
I was kind of always under the presumption. Oh, go ahead, Espen.
Well, I was gonna say, like, look at the guys who signed kick deals.
Finally, they started talking about Twitch.
Kick, most of them, they're intentionally making them non-exclusive.
So can't those people who have non-exclusivity, non-exclusive deals on their Kick deals, can't they just keep streaming on Twitch and then also just stream on Kick so they get their hours on Kick and then they never have to leave Twitch?
Oh, meaning can't they? No, well, I can tell you, I don't know if Kick prohibited simulcasting in their early deals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I can tell, so they may not have done that because we weren't allowing simulcasting. It's a really great point.
Yeah.
They may be able to. I do know that in recent ones that they were doing, I won't say which one, they were explicitly asking someone not to simulcast on Twitch. But I don't know what the other one is.
All right, Dan. Here's my request. If we're all banking requests, ready? Prime Video should have links to Twitch originals that are made with Twitch. If OTK or one of us make a show and it's a high production and it's at the same time every time, it should have a link on the Prime Video page to drive traffic from our other video service, and we should have cut downs of our live shows that are posted on Prime Video. Easiest marriage. You want to drive traffic of normies to Twitch? That is the best one. 100p.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I have thought that that's a good idea for only shows that like fit in for Prime Video.
Like Name Your Price.
Name Your Price. No, like Name Your Price. Watching a bunch of fuckheads in the living room like we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's not gonna sell. Moms in Dayton do not want to watch us. I know.
Moms in Dayton. That's a bad example. Moms in Dayton do want
After
to watch.
TwitchCon. I think my primary viewer demographic is moms in Dayton. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Was there a problem with
Let
that
me
with
ask you this.
Amazon?
Sure.
How much do you think live is the importance there, or how much would you like it to just work where it was available on Prime Video as a bot?
Well, I think live. So the way I look at Twitch, and I mean this truly, I think a lot of us might not make the jump into broader content, right? A lot of streamers, our appeal is to a small audience and it's live and it's kind of like a community-driven thing. But I think Twitch and live streaming platforms.
What Will just said there is a lot of you guys aren't entertaining enough to make it into.
No, I think there is kind of a niche.
You're absolutely right, Will. You're absolutely right.
We're second screen content, right? Like
Yeah,
we live in a generation where young people consume more than one form of content at a time. A lot of people will watch us on their left monitor while they're at work, while they're at school, while they're doing something else. And I'm very comfortable with that, and I think a lot of people are comfortable with that. But I think the biggest value of what we're doing on Twitch and live streaming platforms is that we are a test kitchen for mainstream media to look at the most effective ways to engage their audience live and in a more in-depth way. and they will use those features. I can guarantee you within the next decade, when Martha and Dayton is watching The Bachelor, one day there's going to be a live chat built into The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, so she can say how much she hates the newest contestant, and that will further draw people in, right? And then you can have kind of these shoulder content elements, right? We're in an age where shoulder content is really bad. If you have live elements that tack on shoulder content in the same way that Talking Dead built out The Walking Dead, and you do those as live broadcasts with people like us who are passionate about those projects. Yeah.
Well, that's where you were going is where I actually think the meat is. So you were talking about just taking name your price and sticking it on top, right?
Sure.
Now, if somebody's already familiar with Twitch and they may want to say, "Oh, this is cute," okay, I like it. Okay, but if you're not, you might be, "What is this?" I think the idea of having live shoulder content of something that has a VOD so if you take The Bachelor, right, as an example, but while it's playing, there's live shoulder content after the episode, right? And following the episode and other. So if I take American Idol, right?
Yeah.
People build affinity to these people when they're watching the show. One reason why American Idol needs to sometimes go twice a week is because once a week you lose that emotional connection.
Yeah.
And the reality is, once you make a connection to a contestant, you want to tap in it. You know, you go Monday night. People want to check in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so I do think there's something about live shoulder content. I think the putting name your price on, which is itself I think it's a fine thing to do. Okay, but I think there's a bigger opportunity for live shoulder content, something that has a prime.
I completely agree with that, but I think it's not a non-zero conversion. Putting stuff like name your price on Prime Video. I think it's one of those things where it's going to be a very low percentage of people are like, what is this?
Part of it is we don't have a ton of stuff like name your price.
That is true, but I tell you what, that'd become an instant incentive for some of your biggest creators if they knew that they could touch that lifeblood of normies on Prime Video, and people are consuming content at a lightning clip. So now we are watching movies that we don't even think look good. I look at movies now where I'm like, what did it get on Rotten Tomatoes? A 34? Fuck it, let's watch. You know what I mean? So you are going to get some of those just content overload people that tap in and they're like, all right, I want my shot to do this. And if there's more of a built-in pipeline there, you might have some big names come back and throw a project on. I mean, Kai just did a movie. If he did a live premiere of a film and had it out at a Prime Video premiere, you know, something like that could sauce.
I do think some of that can be useful.
I mean, here's the thing though.
Bit of
Go ahead.
Aggro.
I think that there's a little bit of like a strange like fetishization of old mainstream forms of communicating entertainment, in that I think that the way that generations are consuming and identifying what's entertaining and the form of entertainment that a certain medium scratches, I mean, they differ, right? I think that generally speaking, why someone would be consuming a live stream and the sort of entertainment it provides is so distinctly different from it that over time, as this becomes more normalized, you'll have younger generations consuming this as a primary or long form kind of thing. So I think we see that more and more as we go on. It's like what I get from TikTok and what I get from I'm focusing and I have this second thing on my screen over here on the left. It's very different, you know what I mean? And I think this desire to try to redirect and package everything into a film is kind of like, I think there is a bias implicit to that of like, this is what I think entertainment is, but not necessarily what entertainment is always going to be based on how tech trends kind of shift.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I think there's like maybe a dozen that, like, if I sat down and thought about it, I think there's maybe a dozen streamers that are like, there's like different types of talents, right? Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that are like, you know, produced show hosts, like more like mainstream entertainment type of personalities on Twitch. I don't think there's at least not the people that we know that I can think of.
I would argue that that's a Pavlovian thing, where it's like, why do people do React content right now? Because people watch React content. Because people subscribe to React content. Even when I'm doing a React party or IRL streams, you know this. IRL streams make less money than React content because you don't have the pinball machine level of lights and subscriptions and hey chatter, thanks for stopping by, the direct content.
Right.
If you start to incentivize large scale productions in that, like, you have a chance for that show to be seen by a general audience, which is Prime Video. Prime Video has a massive viewership, right? Even if you get a gleaming chance, people are gonna have, I'm getting an echo, you're gonna get people that produce shows for that, just because there is that chance that it could drive some kind of, you know, new profit stream to them or new market to them.
Or to tag along what a React content creator may be already creating in relationship to a mainstream media property. You know what I mean? This person's take on this video, so on and so forth, this media property, this big, you know, season finale of this show. That could also be a really, you know, I would say productive adjunct.
But
Someone's echoing, by the way. That's gonna drive me nuts.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick? So
Yeah.
I don't really want to derail, but all right. So I'm not tapped into OBS, right? I got invited through our S-Fans chat thing. I'm looking through the camera options. There's really not a whole lot in here right now. Is that gonna be a thing in the future? So I'm not just like, you know, standing here ominously in the dark like a crypt school.
Turn my heater on.
Like, I don't have how much in the way of options here. Like it's really dark in there.
Well, is that not your main cam?
Yeah, it's fine, man. I haven't used this thing in like years, though, man. Like, look, I just don't want to be a black box on the screen, but I'm still a black box on the screen. So it's like, why do I even bother?
So when you click the arrow, you don't have a different camera?
No, I'm not asking about cameras. Like options for like,
Oh, like
lighting or.
Oh, like you're talking about like a different screen, like a different like.
No, like I guess, for lack of a better word, like filters for the camera, so I can increase the brightness or whatever through the viewer invite. Because again, I'm not doing this through
Yeah,
viewer.
we don't have, I understand now. You want to be able to adjust the brightness of the camera. Yeah, we don't have that yet. I think that'd be nice. Same audio is where it's a bigger issue, where you'd like to be able to up your gain.
You can also flip on a light.
It's expensive, man. I got one blue bulb in my standing lamp right here, so that's all I can afford.
Yeah, no, I
It's a
think.
little techie, Will.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Will's the tech guru here. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
go ahead
sorry.
and throw it. I'm gonna throw. I think that, and it just takes time for new forms of entertainment to emerge. And I think, you know, people spend a lot of time on TikTok. It's called social media, but it's actually not very social. You're sitting there by yourself swiping.
Yeah.
Right? It's incredibly individualistic. Okay? Which is interesting. One reason why actually people watch Twitch, they may be swiping on their TikTok feed at the same time. Okay? Because they multitask when they're watching Twitch. But over time, I think people have to realize there is a different form of creating deeper engagement. And I think the emotional connection with a creator on TikTok is very low because you're one in thousands. And then YouTube is in the middle, and then Twitch is over here, right? And Twitch gets people spend more time with you, but it's just people don't fully get that. And also, I will say, I think Twitch's product makes it hard for someone to come and stream 6 hours a week, 4 hours a week, 10 hours a week. And it needs to be something that doesn't take so much time, because so much of our system is inherently biased to that person who spends 25 hours a week, 30 hours a week. And most people just can't do that. And the only way you can do that is by gaming, because the reality is you can't be like, unless you have a huge audience. And so the whole Twitch ecosystem, it worked for gaming, but we haven't fixed other problems that make it that you can stream 6 hours a week and still build a community.
I'm here with this for a second. So like, when I first started, when I first started on Twitch, I didn't like bring over a community or anything. Like I didn't have a YouTube following or anything. I was like ground zero viewers. And I think I'm like maybe like one of like a small handful that actually managed to get a partner, regardless of having like an outside presence. And like the biggest problem was just the fact that like you got like this pyramid with everyone who has a larger viewer base up at the top. And you know, it's like an age-old problem with this website, right? But like I was always wanting some sort of tool that viewers could actually like input to find like-minded creators, so that like they don't just have like in their face like 2,000 viewer, 2,000 viewer, whatever. and then like they find someone that's more like-minded regardless of their viewer count. But it's not really been a thing.
Well, there's the tags now, but are the tags searchable?
I have thoughts on that, but I want to see what Wade and other folks have to say first.
I think it's really interesting. Thank you, Dan, by the way. I think it's interesting in that I think that the value proposition of a live stream is kind of dog shit in a way. Like an unknown streamer to a new viewer, the concept of invest hours upon hours upon hours into consuming my content until you develop a sort of, let's say, affinity to whatever it is I'm saying or however it is I go about communicating the ideas I have, that is really hard to develop with someone, you know? I'm a very lucky streamer in that I think I arrived at Twitch at probably the critical mass where I think it's becoming more and more difficult for new personalities to grow because there's a sort of dual saturation point in that, like, I think that we have a lot of people who aspire to be streamers, a lot of new streamers, and not a ton of new viewers. The viewer thing's being solved and people are learning more about where you can go, but there are a ton of people who stream. And to convince someone to invest hours into determining whether or not they align with or are entertained by what it is you're doing is almost asinine. Like, that's why TikTok and short form content is so effective in driving growth for new creators, is that here's 8 seconds that shows you why it is you'll enjoy spending time here. You being like, I'm gonna click on this stream and just hope that something clicks over the course of multiple hours is tough. You're probably gonna go to the, well, okay, let's say I look at XQC stream, right? 40,000 people already agree that this person's worth time. I'm probably gonna see if that is worth time. It's like you have an active rating scale of sorts, and it's hard to supplant that in favor of some kind of I don't know if it'd be like meritocratic of like this is more aligned with what it is you're into because of these
Yes, I'll show my settings.
Exactly what I think it'd be.
Yeah, the paints is the reason I'm back here. I left Horizon for about a year. Over some drama over a stupid ass Permivian Dem or something like that. This idiot fucking trolled me on the I was the white mage running the alliance, and our team died because the idiot DPS wouldn't kill ads and stuff, and this kid trolled me on the Discord, and it sat there before I even saw it for like 2 months, and people were just laughing at me for 2 months. And it was just in some back fucking thread, and he just like left this total troll and left a picture. Oh, the white mage forgot re-raise, and I was like, yeah, I forgot re-raise, so sorry. But anyway, so I left for a year, and I happened to catch that I had to come back for a friend to give him everything I owned. And I happened to catch that the paint add-on had been added, and so my settings look like this. And when I saw what paint did to the game, I was like, oh my god, it's like a revolution in Final Fantasy XI. Like, look at it. It looks so good. So anyways, yeah, it's just the paint one. Yeah, I'll show the settings right here. Yeah, it's so good. It totally revolutionized. I played Final Fantasy XI since on Fenrir since 2003. I'm an oldie. I've been doing that. I'm 40 years old. I've been doing this a long time, and but the paint mod gave me a real verifiable reason to. I have an application update. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, we have. I guess we just got a new launcher version too. I guess that's interesting. Speaking of mods and stuff, yeah, we'll go see. I'm going to close back out because it seemed like it just updated, I think. But yeah, surprise. I guess we got a launcher update, too. So here we go. We go settings. I run in window because other games like Rust and Rust and Overwatch 2 and New World don't play well with others, and those are either Unity or Unreal engines that are sort of weird forked engines that don't deal so well with streaming and stuff. So I run in window, but most players won't. But yeah, the other settings are 3840 by 2160 background resolution, because I think 1920 by 1080 is the most the engine really is comfortable with doing. So I double the background resolution to 4K. I used to do it if I was maining the game, I could do it as high as 8K, but I think 8K is the highest the engine will do. And then, but I would only ever do that if I was maining the game, but I'm not, so I'm running in windowed. Menu resolution, I sit at 1440 by 900, and I have a 120-inch television screen. So you can see it's 120 hertz, 120-inch television screen, so that's why my menu resolution's so fucked up, you know? And then, oh yeah. So yeah, there's a reason I do it. Like if I have different settings than you, that might be why. Because I have 100. I'm not hunched over a cubicle. I'm in a fucking expensive lazy boy with a 120-inch screen and stuff. Not that I'm rich. I just saved up money to buy these things when I was working, and I'm enjoying them in my retirement. And so, so environment to smooth, textures to high, fonts to high, mip mapping to high, and then of course if we look at the mods, I am running all maps, Chatmon, checker, draw distance, eternity, FPS, high console, no lock, pet info. No lock is the best thing on the list, by the way. Allows you to engage, disengage without animation lock from effects such as spells and stuff, right? That'll get you killed. No lock is the greatest thing in the add-ons list. If you aren't using it, use it. And then I use pet info because I'm a Beastmaster main, and I like recast. Recast is also the other thing on the list is super good. STFU is good for I forget why I use it, but oh yeah, annoying system messages that span the log. Target lines, the other one, target lines. If you haven't used it, target lines is actually the best thing in this list, short of recast and no lock. But really, no lock's the most important one, and then target lines if you haven't used it. Target lines is just as cool as the paint mod. Disposable income, right? Target lines, yeah, it's like Final Fantasy 12. I didn't know. Last time I played the game, target lines and tune were not in the list. So yeah, and then Tea Party and timestamp, right? Hardware, mouse, nameplate, packet flow, shorthand, and tune. And I don't even think I need shorthand. Yeah, I don't need shorthand. I'm just going to turn it off. I mean, I really don't need that. So, yep, and that's my settings. Not that I'm any more of a pro than or anybody else. I'm just showing you what they are. I actually get that question a lot on Rust, Final Fantasy 11, EvE. Well, not EvE so much, but other games like Fortnite. I get that question for Fortnite a lot, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, no problem. I hope it was helpful. Paint's changed my life, friend. Paint is the greatest thing to happen to Final Fantasy fucking 11 in a long time. Like particularly the mobs. I did not expect like a mod to be this fucking good, but it is. Like, let's go look at these dingbats. The mods. Yeah, the paint look is Tune. It's called Tune extensions. Tune adds tune shading to the game. Yep, revolutionized Final Fantasy 11 for me. It made it so much fucking better. Look at this fucking Galka up close. It's so good. It's just exquisite. It's definitely. I mean, you can't see it on Twitch because like I'm running in 1920 by 1080, so it's we're not losing that much. But Twitch on my screen for you probably doesn't look that good. On your screen, it's gonna look really good. It looks really good, and it has zero performance effect at all. It always should have been there. The only unpleasant thing that it does is it puts this thick. Yeah, you're gonna really like this. It's gonna, oh man, a UHD with like 8K background resolution. This will look fucking amazing for you. The only reason I don't have it higher is I guess I don't need to be sitting in 1920 by 1080, but for 3 clients at once, I've noticed that it's kind of like for 1440p, if you're running 3 clients in 2K, it's actually like running 3 1080p clients. It uses about the same bandwidth as doing 3 1080p clients would be. So when I tried to do that on 1440p, I got bad slowdown and lag and frame rate loss and VRAM loss on my 1440p monitor. So I had to drop it back down recently to 1920 by 1080, or the paint would look a lot better. The fidelity. Yeah, like the fidelity on my screen that you're seeing in Twitch isn't too good. On your UHD with the nice shit and all that, right? Like without any Twitch, because Twitch gets boiled down and transmitted and recoded and streamed to the TV. You can't tell from my screen how really fucking good it looks. But, you know, yeah, like you might be able to see it through my camera. I don't know. I'm not gonna fuck with it. You get an idea. But yeah, like the dingbats. Like for instance, the dingbats look really good. The beastmen, they look exquisite. The goblins have belts and shit. And who knew after they added the Borderlands cell shade, right? Yeah, like all of the stuff that used to just be these tiny little bump map pixels and stuff are there in full detail for some reason. Like you can see it on my fisherman's like leather tunic and stuff. Yeah, this changed my life, and honestly, paint is why I came back to Final Fantasy XI. Had it not had it, I think it would have been so boring to me that I would have struggled with it. But now I'm taking Beastmaster solo to 75, solo self-found, no parties or anything. Same way I'm doing it on hardcore and all this, on WoW and EVE Online and Rust and all this other stuff. I'm a lone wolf, so the graphical change to this game reinvigorated it into this being like my favorite title again of all fucking time. Like look at this guy. He looks so dope. I'm sorry, but he does. He looks dope even by Final Fantasy like 14 standards. And the way it looks when you turn it reminds me of this old game on the PC. You might have remembered it. You might remember it. People might not remember this game, but there's a reason why I like it so much. There's a retro style that I really fucking dig from an old shooter action sort of story game called 13. And it looks like this. If you're older like me, if you're a boomer, you might remember. They're doing, I guess they did a remake of 13 again, but 13 had a style we never ever saw again, except for Borderlands was the only other place we saw it. And recently again, Wi-Fi Rush. So this cel-shaded paint style, it was popular at the beginning of the 360 era, but we didn't really see it again. And the classic game that brought it to the fore, people don't remember, was 13. Look how cool 13 actually looked. 13 looks so cool. It's like you're in It's like you're in that movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Background details like mountains, structures, and vegetation that appear like they would in any other early 2000s 3D game. The remake addresses
like, look at the pistol, right? And you can see this reminiscent here. And when I found it in my favorite game of all time, I was like, I'm putting Final Fantasy 11 back on my stream. Right now, like 11 has like maybe 400 viewership across both YouTube and Twitch, so it's not a good game to get famous or make a lot of follows off or any of that stuff or subs or anything like that. But and I'll read what you said in a second. I'm sorry, it takes me a minute to cycle all of it and get around to it. I'm not trying to be rude. Yeah, so after I saw this, I was like, oh my god, Final Fantasy is like 13 now, like the game 13 or Borderlands, like it's like Borderlands. Oh, I mean, it's my job. Well, it's not my job per se, but it's what I'm here for. I'm here to build a community and talk about Final Fantasy and graphics and shit. I like talking about this shit. To me, it's not work. it's pleasure. I love talking about this shit. Like watching my character sit behind. I can't remember what I have for. I used to have Z bound to get rid of my UI. Let's see if I can redo that. Because I reformat all the time and I lose my settings. Let's see. Trying to... and I have the shadows turned off too, which is fine. I'm going to turn them back on. And the weather effects. I was playing a more intensive game, Mortal Online, for a bit there for a couple of days. And I couldn't do shadows and weather effects without lagging out Mortal. But now with these three clients, I absolutely can. I can get my nice, smooth 120 frames on World of Warcraft, my nice smooth 57 frames on Final Fantasy 11, and my nice smooth 120 frames on EVE. Actually, I'm only pulling like 100 right now because I don't know. It's Yeah, I'm experiencing, it's because WoW, the scene in WoW is actually particularly busy. There's like all these mobs. There's a town right there. There's like a fucking bridge with ships and stuff going in and out, and all these other mobs that direction, and all the other graphics is actually fairly intensive. It's not intensive like Stormwind, but it is. So I experienced some slowdown in EVE Online. I've technically probably got the shader a little too high. I'm trying to see they changed the menu just today, and I don't know how to do... Oh, there are display graphics. They changed the message just today, so I don't know. And then I'll read... What else did you say? I missed what you said. I'm so sorry. So you said BST is boring. I can't get mine past 40. Well, you got mine... You got it further than I did. I bet Counter-Strike would have done well in that style. Counter-Strike, yeah. You know, there's a game ripping up the markets right now called BattleBit Remastered, and I think you're talking about that. BattleBit Remastered did do that. I think they took the cell shading of Borderlands and applied it over a Minecraft voxel universe, but with guns. And BattleBit is the game that you're talking about, actually. They did do that. They did the game that you're talking about. Counter-Strike, I mean, it's not Counter-Strike, right? Counter-Strike would be super good with the Borderlands filter. I think it would be very fucking good. But they did make a game that's Battlefield, but with the Borderlands filter. It's called BattleBit Remastered.
Than there were last time.
Get some graphics like
between them. Small as the operative word.
Yeah, it's good. It looks like it's not as bright and as beautiful as Borderlands. It's too washed out like Minecraft, you know. Actually, Minecraft's pretty good. Yeah, it's $20 if you like Battlefield. Yeah, try BattleBit, but it's a kids game. It's a kids game like I'm trying to think of a good example. PUBG? No, I mean it's Battlefield, but it's PUBG Battlefield.
In fact, beyond the mag size, they have almost identical stat lines. Respectable.
Yeah, I mean it's a solid shooter. It got a very good rating.
Airsoft gun damage fall off right down to the recoil being determined by the alignment of the planet. So if Mercury was in the microwave again, you'd be lucky to get a kill, maybe two out of a single mag, unless you were practically shoving your shaft down the...
No, it's Battlefield, so it's actually very hard, but it's a kids game. It's primarily played by kids. Like CS:GO, or I mean I don't know. Actually, I think a lot of boomers play CS:GO, but I think a lot of boomers do play BattleBit. BattleBit is very popular. Like if we were to go look at the Steam settings right now, let's send this back to tab for a moment. Let's see what BattleBit's doing on Steam right now because I'm actually kind of curious. So yeah, it's dropped down the charts a bit, but it was in the top 10. No, BattleBit is not a Steam game, I guess. Where to buy BattleBit? Yeah, BattleBit is a good game, but it's a kids game in my estimation. I don't know if boomers should be playing it. It's a little bit skews a bit younger because it's a Minecraft engine, but it's still a superb shooter. I think they say it's better than the original. They say it's better than Bad Company or like any of the Battlefield games, and I believe them. I think it is. It's probably higher quality. Yeah, for like boomer shooters, like for boomers, not like boomer shooters, but like for shooters that boomers could play. BattleBit is one of the better ones. I think it's up there with like PUBG or like Battlefield 2042 or. I mean, those three are like its competitors, I would say. So, this is a Battlefield game.
I would call the VAL less forgiving.
I haven't played it though, so I don't know if I'm one to talk. I'm just going off what I've seen. I watched a lot of videos about it. I might not be one to talk. I don't know.
But if the Badger was forgiving of mistakes, then I'm the Virgin Mary, so that should give you an idea of what using this was like. You had to use this thing as a point-blank hit-and-run weapon, and...
Oh, yeah, no problem. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played this game, so I don't know about recommending it. I know that it's, like, good.
Ways to say this. Your prize for hitting level 105 was
but I don't know about recommend it because I've never played it. Don't buy this game just because I told you about it. I don't know if this is good or not. I've never played it.
Being like dead hostages. It was a straight downgrade in almost every way. It was.
But it's got that cel-shaded graphics that we're seeing here. The same shit. This is a little bit better though. This has more detail than the BattleBit does. Fuck, man. Like the only time I've ever seen detail like this would have been like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands? Yeah, that's about right. That's the vibe. Like, I would say that Final Fantasy XI with the paint mod is on par with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's actually as good, I think. It changed my life. You'll understand when you fire it up. It changed my life. Seeing the paint mod changed my life. I'm a Final Fantasy fanatic. I've been doing 11 all my life. Yeah, this changed my life. It did. So it's good to have something positive to trip off instead of something negative, you know? Shit changed my life towards the positive, and it was completely free, and it's just one button press and you've got it. It's one of the most efficacious things I've ever experienced in So let's go see Tiny Tina's graphics, right? Yeah, I would say they're better in higher res because it's a more modern game. But no, I would say certain places in Final Fantasy XI right now on Horizon, like on Horizon, it rivals this. The game rivals this. It changed my life. I love it. I wondered if anybody would ever come in and trip about this, and it's good somebody did, because I'm like, man, I wonder if they're tripping on the paint thing like I am, because I am. I'm tripping on it. It's so good. Like, so this game's good and it's beautiful. This is what 11 looks like. I want to journey around, but I'm stuck here fishing. I'm in WoW hardcore right now, where I could easily lose hours and hours if I fuck up. So I'm the only thing I'm doing on the other two games is fishing and farming, so I can be rich on 3 games instead of just 1. And there we go. So we're gonna get back to the grind here, but yeah, this is like this shit is how 11 looks now. This is how 11 looks. It's not quite as detailed as this. Okay, what's a good example? The Dunes is frankly fucking beautiful. Not only is it like the characters, it's the entire fucking world. It's the whole world. It's really beautiful. So, what did you say? You say, thanks for, oh yeah, no, I didn't put my character at risk. I'm a rogue. Tain't nothing that can touch me. Not while I'm stealth anyways. No, I'm just saying like yeah, I'm not playing Final I was saying like I would go out in Beastmaster right now, but I've got a WoW hardcore I'm maining WoW hardcore because I'm on a fucking schedule. The end of the month, Season of Discovery hits, and I'm on a rush to try and get to 60 before then, so it's off my docket. So yeah, so like I'm maining. Normally, I like the last week, I took Beastmaster from 1 to 32 on Horizon in a week, and so see, my character is not at risk, not really. I'm not losing this character this time. I've lost 7 characters.